Nerds! Happy Sunday. It is May the 17th, and we are live for another write-in. Today, we're going to be doing word sprints. It'll probably be like a 20-minute, and then a 10 or 15, depending on how much time we spend talking in between each one. If you've never joined us for one of these before, we're so glad you're here. We are going to hopefully provide all the writing motivation, and if you have any writing or bookish related questions, feel free to ask them. Otherwise, we will just chat about our writing lives and stuff in between the sprints. And we will have writing prompts. You do not have to use them, but they're there if you would like to use them. Desiree was not able to be here because her wonderful brand new computer decided it hates her. And so it is in the shop getting fixed. We miss you, Desiree. But yeah, she did write all the prompts for tonight. They are quarantine out of context themed.
Oh, bless.
They are amazing. I'm very excited. Desiree always comes up with the best prompts. And yeah, so we'll probably get started at the 40 and we'll kick things off talking about what we're working on. Let us know in the discussion section what you are working on. I'm going to start with Erin today.
I am doing edits today. So I'm just going through my manuscript and writing in little notes that I will forget what I mean later on. Frustrated, most likely.
Yeah, Emma?
I'm working on some edits light. I'm just currently just going through and filling in just like all the placeholders I put in where I was like, name a character here or write some dialogue here. So
nice.
Trying to find those and fill them in with stuff.
Nice. Rachel?
It's going to be a backstory power hour. I'm going to be doing some legwork on a disgraced royal.
Ooh, nice.
And
who may or may not have murdered someone.
Excellent. And I will just be working on the usual dark fantasy that I am having so much fun writing right now. So yeah, we've got some people in the discussion section. This was kind of fun last time, so I'm going to pop people up on screen again. Vanessa V is changing POV of one of my scenes. Misty Kate is doing edits of my Camp Nano stuff, which was the Knives Out fanfic. I'd like to publish some of it this week. I may also be working on a previous project. AT is working on a script for a romance/fantasy webcomic.
Mm-hmm.
And Griswold filling out my outline, kind of a zero draft. Fun. Alley Cat is doing some edits and planning a book with one of my real life friends. That's so fun! Yay! I love co-authoring things, plotting some things, getting closer to drafting.
I want to do this.
I can change. Yeah, there. Let me see if that fixes it.
Oh, I was just joking.
Yeah, Starlight Sapphire writing some scenes.
This is a cool effect. I didn't know we could do that.
Thanks, StreamYard. Jada R, revising. And Crazy Foxy, romance short story.
Nice.
Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us today. We're going to kick our first sprint off in about 4 minutes. And our first prompt, again, all our prompts were written by the lovely Des, and they are quarantine out of context themed. So our first one is going to be streaming. Your characters come across a running body of water that they somehow find entertaining.
I like this.
And I will put that in the discussion section as well once we get started, in case you missed it. And yeah, we've got Shiloh is here writing a weird Western today. What's everyone reading these days?
My mailman or the UPS guy finally delivered my copy of Robert. I'm like
beautiful.
A little bit more than halfway through, and it's so good. I'm so happy, but also like a lot of things are exploding, so I'm like slightly worried.
I haven't read the first one, but I love what they did on the back cover where everyone had a name and then they crossed out one who's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
I know it's very spoilery, but
Yeah.
it's like
I'm reading The Girl the Sea Gave Back by Adrian Kress, I think. Is that
Yeah?
her last name?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm getting my authors mixed up. Adrian Young. Yeah, I just finished reading Sky in the Deep, and now I'm on to. It's so good. It's so
Is this one a Viking-y one too?
Yes.
It's like a companion novel, I think.
Yeah, it's in the same world, like 20 years or 15 years later or something. And this one has kind of like magic-y stuff in it, which I really, really like. So it's very cool.
you and all your magic Vikings.
Magic Vikings. Yeah. And she's like, the main character is really witchy. Like they don't straight up call her a witch, but I'm like, I'm here for it. It's close enough. Like, she sees the future. So yeah, it's really cool.
Cool.
I just picked back up Priory of the Orange Tree today.
That's also
so
what I'm reading.
making some progress on
Yeah.
it. Yeah. It's like I finished Gideon the Knight, so now I can go back to Priory of the Orange Tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Priory took me like 3 months to read, so
It's thick.
It's a
Yeah.
very big book.
well, it's also very
And-
dense. Like I saw something on Samantha Shannon's Twitter where she said like, oh, for anybody that's intimidated by Priory, like she listed very popular books, a lot of them YA books that were like, these books are actually longer or the same length as Priory, and you just aren't noticing it.
Mhm.
I think like one of the Cassandra Clare books was up there, and it's like,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
the same length.
The
But
more recent
Priory is
Cassandra
just-
Clare books are really long.
Yeah. But Priory is just so much more dense. Like it's such a more dense plot line, and there's like so many things going on that like you need a brain break after a couple chapters.
Yeah, it's so good. I had like fanciful notions that I would just read 10% of it a day because I had done that for like 3 days in a row, and then it was like I need a minute to think. This is really good, and I don't want to rush it.
So I just peeked over into the comments, and Griswold said that you finished Saga because I recommended it, which is great. Love that. So good.
Yes.
Such a good series. You might hate me a little bit later, but I'm glad that you're enjoying it right now.
Yay! All right, we are at like somewhere less than 1 minute before our next, or before we begin our first sprint. So yeah, is everyone so hyped?
Yeah.
And Griswold said, "Oh no!"
So hyped, obviously.
I assume that's referring to Saga and possibly hating Rachel. And it's time. So we are beginning our first sprint right like the wind for 20 minutes. We will check in at the 0. If you want a prompt, it is quarantine out of context streaming. Your characters come across a running body of water that they somehow find entertaining. I will put that in the discussion section and go. In time.
Oh my god, halfway through that, my cat was just like aggressively meowing at my door.
How did that go for everyone? That
All
well?
right. Got some ideas going. Yeah. Intended to snowball, so that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Idea snowball.
I have decided that this person did not murder this person, but
Ooh.
we are being blamed for it, but we did not actually, in fact, do the murdering.
Love
What a
it.
ripoff.
Rip off. Get your money's worth of that murder. Oh no, I'm saying this on
I
the
didn't get to
internet.
do any murdering and get blamed for it. What
The
the
word
hell?
nerds do not condone murder. Should they say that right now?
I mean,
We do in fiction.
depends.
Yes, fictionally, of course.
I got 525. Let's see. ATW got 502. Starlake Sapphire got 598. AT got 415. Let us know in the discussion section how you did. If you have not let us know already. And Griswold got 354. Yeah, good sprint. We'll probably move into the next sprint at the 5, so 4 minutes from now. Just move right on in. We had a question about romance from Firespawn. For a romance, do you think it's required for the two love interests to have a slow romance development, or can they just get married quickly? LOL question mark.
I mean, that's two very different relationship dynamics. So
It's a pretty common trope, though. The
you could
fake
describe
married
either
trope.
one. Well, like, what are the issues if they get married right away, and then or what are the issues if they don't get married right away? You know.
Mm-hmm. I think as long as you have like a reason that they are getting married that fast, which could just be that they're very impulsive people, you know, like it doesn't have to be like a really deep reason, like my family's life depends on it or something. But like
that is much more fun.
I know. I'm
I
a
mean,
sucker for one of those fake marriages.
there are people in real life who get married really, really quickly. So like
Lots of people.
you can definitely do it in your story if you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I do think Instalove gets a bad rep because it is easy to do poorly, but I also love a well done Instalove where like you like each other very quickly and then suddenly you realize like, oh, I didn't really know you and now I need to learn to like you like this.
Yeah, dealing with like the consequences of making a decision that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Would be interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's the only caveat is I think you just have to be realistic with like the fallout of that kind of thing. It's like you don't know a lot about each other and you're going to learn it real quick. So.
Yeah. Well, another thing I think a lot of is that the book, the writing of the romance is mostly like the two characters meeting and like getting together. But if you want them to get married really fast, just like start off with them already in a relationship or start off with them already married, because I mean, you know, YA is not a lot of marriage tends to happen in YA, but if you're not writing YA, maybe you are. I don't know. But you could just have them in a relationship and then like test their relationship, or maybe one of them finds out something, even though they've both been dating or married for years and years. Like, you know, that could happen too. So
definitely depends
like
a lot
to make them
on
get married right away.
What type of book you're writing, like what genre, what age category, all of that.
For sure.
But I definitely think it's possible.
Yeah. All the different kinds of romance in books that are going to have romance. So once again, if you're just joining us, welcome. This is a write-in. We're starting our next word sprint in 1 minute, and it'll be another 20-minute sprint. And we're going to be just writing all the words. Des, who could not be with us today, has written all the prompts for us. They are quarantine out of context themed. So the next one is DoorDash. Uh-oh, there's trouble and your characters must make a hasty exit.
Oh, I like it. These are smart.
And you don't have to use the prompts if you don't need one, but they are there if you would like one. If you're feeling a little less than inspired, hopefully they can help you. Also, feel free to ask us any writing or reading related questions, or if there's any writing or reading related topic that you would like us to just generally discuss, let us know that too. We are happy to do that. I'm going to put this prompt in the discussion section, and it is go time. Good luck. time. That one snuck up on me a little bit. Whoops. How did it go for you all?
Good.
Good.
I got 562. Emma, you're muted.
There you go.
How did it go for you?
I was just saying it went well, but I'm wondering if I can pay somebody to write a clever riddle for me because I don't want to do it.
Oh, no.
A clever riddle. Okay.
Yeah. Kyra and I wrote a book together where we were like, it'll be fun. They'll unlock the magic with riddles. Never again.
I just need
never
one.
write a book with a riddle ever again.
I just need one because the character whose point of view the scene is from, like, gets sick. And so, like, you don't see the rest of the riddles. So, like, I just need the one.
Oh.
I was like looking on Fiverr, like, can I find an artist who will write this riddle for
How do I
me?
find someone smarter than me so the character looks smarter than me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and Griselda. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just did 236, which is like not too much, but I'm like backstory heavy right now. So
Yeah.
I'm doing all right.
We've got, and Griswold got 496, ATW 724, Shiloh 376, Leah got 312, Starlake Sapphire 659. And yeah, so I think we'll do one more, probably 10-minute sprint to wrap things up. We'll call it like a, I don't know what you would call it, but you know how when you're actually running and you just like go all out right at the end of the race? No, not a cool down where you like push as hard as you can.
Opposite of a cool down.
Yeah. That's what we're going for. Sports
Gotcha.
people, let us know what that's called.
Sprint.
I feel like there's a term for like at the very end of a sprint when you go all out, and maybe I'm making that.
The part that makes you throw up afterwards.
Yeah.
That's just like all exercise. That's all sprinting for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible cardio.
Oh, let's not move directly in unless you guys want to move directly in 1 minute. Well, how are you feeling?
No.
No, yeah, let's just take a small breather.
Let's take a 5-minute break. We'll start the last sprint at the 35. Maybe final stretch. Maybe that's what I'm
Maybe.
thinking.
Last burst of energy before I faint and die.
Second wind. And Griswold's coach always said, finish hard. Yeah. Sports.
Go sports.
The last sports I did was like my high school track meet.
Yeah.
And that sucked.
I used to do a lot of like swimming, and it's really bothering me that I can't remember exactly what I'm thinking of. Anyway, writing.
There's a reason we don't do sports anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you are just joining us, welcome. This is a write-in. We're taking a little breather before our last sprint of the night, which is going to be a 10-minute finish hard final stretch word sprint. See how many words we can get in, unless you're here editing or working on schoolwork or something, in which case maybe like don't just throw it all onto the paper. I don't know. Do whatever works for you.
What you want.
We're really glad you're here. And yeah, we are going to be, we're here every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time doing live chats. Next week, we're talking about Howl's Moving Castle, which is our movie night pick. So definitely watch it if you haven't, which I haven't, and I've always wanted to.
It's so good.
This is like a good excuse for me to just sit down and do it.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for that. And then after that, we're going on a little bit of a hiatus, which we haven't talked about yet, I don't think. But we're doing our summer hiatus, which is going to sync up, hopefully, with the arrival of Emma's already nerdy baby, who could theoretically arrive at any moment. Add fun little spice to the live chat. So yeah, we'll be going on a little 3-week hiatus, so that we can regroup and, you know, have a nice little breather. Who knows?
Unless
Maybe
you're
we'll
Emma.
pop in. Unless you're Emma. So yeah, we might pop on and do some live write-ins. Who knows? Just depends on how we're feeling. But we won't be doing official content during that time. That is from, let me pull up my calendar really quick. Yeah, from the 25th through the 13th. And we come back on the 14th with a Word Nerds workshop.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Griswold mentioned I haven't been able to find that movie streaming anywhere. Yeah, it's very hard to find.
You pretty much have to buy it. Like, it can't be
Yeah.
rented anywhere online. So you can buy it through like Amazon or YouTube. Unless like if your local library has access to some sort of streaming platform that has it, maybe. I don't know. I don't have the best local public library. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been at a library that had streaming, but my current one doesn't.
Yeah. The library I work at has a physical copy, but I just can't access it. So
No.
It should be like a secret mission. You can break into the library.
Wow.
I think ours are open now in Florida, but it's like I'm not going to catch coronavirus to watch Howl's Moving Castle.
I know
Come
one
on,
of
Emma. Sorry, Megan. Where's your dedication?
I know one of the counties near us is opening soon, their libraries, but I don't know about the other one.
Mm. So yeah.
Our
Well,
libraries are all still
what's our
closed.
last? Sorry, what was that, Erin?
Oh, I said our libraries are all still closed, much to my
Oh.
extreme sadness.
Well, what's our last prompt for the night, Megan?
All right, so we're starting our last sprint in 2 minutes. Our prompts were made by the wonderful Desiree, and they are all quarantine out of context themed. And so this last one is, it's what day? Your characters lose track of time with deadly consequences.
Ooh. I'm very glad my lack of knowing what month it is even does not have deadly consequences.
Yeah,
Right? In
seriously.
real trouble.
I never know what day it is anymore.
No.
Also, I didn't even know this was a long weekend. I don't know about everybody, but like at least in BC here, I didn't even know it was a long weekend until on the Friday. My coworkers were like, "Have a good long weekend." I'm like, it's Friday. We have a long weekend.
Nowadays.
Next week is our long weekend.
Oh, okay.
At least they told you before you left, so you didn't show up on Monday and we're like,
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I guess you're working out of your home, so
I am. Yeah, I
Just
guess
log
I
on
could just go back to bed, but like. Oh, also, Misty Kate says, will you be watching the movie during movie night or watch it first and then discuss? And we are going to watch it all first and then discuss
Yeah.
because of the way everyone's connection to the internet is. It's probably going to be easier to watch it beforehand.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's more enjoyable for other people to not just look at us looking at our screens.
Yeah, that's all it would be.
that's watching Howl's
Maybe we'll
Moving.
get copyrighted from the sound in the background. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm sure I could do like a running commentary, but then everyone would hate me by the end because I feel like we just want to watch the movie, and I'd be like, "Here's 500 terrible jokes about the movie."
I can't wait to hear the terrible jokes.
Yeah, I want that experience actually, please.
Yeah.
It is the 35.
It's time. Again, the prompt, should you decide you would like one, is it's what day? Your characters lose track of time with deadly consequences. And we will check in at the 45 right as fast as you can. Good luck. time. Do a little word count thing.
I always feel like I'm in a test where you're like, pencils down. And I'm like,
Pencils
"No,
down."
wait, one more minute.
I wrote a lot of words.
Awesome.
You're like cackling to yourself in my head over there.
I'm trying to find the top of it, and it's a lot.
Okay, let's see.
693.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
There's some Kyra numbers. Here.
I know, right?
Wow. Good job. I think over the course of this write-in, I've filled in like 50 of my placeholders. So
Nice.
I mean, I skipped over some of the most difficult ones, but
As you should in revisions.
That's literally what I've been doing. I have like a whole like I hate this. I'm like, which way is it? But I have like a whole list of like numbered items. My editors are like, do all these things, and I'm like, just the easy ones though, right? Like,
Obviously, right? Oh. We've got Alley Cat finished doing research with their friend. Good job. ATW got 210. Zoe Wright's got 313. And Griswold 217. Leah 296. And we had a question from N. Griswold. Do you have any tips or tricks for avoiding exposition dumps? I just fell into one.
somebody is ringing my doorbell. I'm ignoring it. If I get murdered, it's
Spooky.
who in the world is ringing a doorbell now?
I don't
During
know.
this time.
In these uncertain times.
I don't know, but I'm not answering it.
But what if it's the UPS man?
Then
Do you have any
we'll
Could
deliveries?
be books.
I know. Mm,
If it is, they'll just leave it at the door. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, pretty much.
It's not worth
It's
it. Not
Sunday,
worth it.
so
Oh, that's true.
it's a trap.
It's a serial killer.
The next logical step.
No post on Sundays. Seriously, it's whatever his face is. Uncle, whatever.
Vernon.
It's a thank you. I'm like, it's a Harry Potter reference. What's happening right now?
I think in first drafts, I don't even try to avoid info dumps because I typically find they're helping me flesh out the world, which is always one of my weaknesses in early drafts and in every draft. But I think if you are trying to avoid one, I think just if you notice you've started one, how can you ground it in the scene that you're in immediately? Like, can you make the character who's thinking about this exposition or whatever, like, do something in the scene? Are they doing dishes? What's making them think about this thing?
Also, if you have, I'd say it's okay if you have multiple info dumps about the same thing. This says some people, if you meet someone for the first time and you have a traumatic thing in your past, you might talk about it like surface level, and then once you get to know them a little better, you might talk about it a little bit more, and then later you might like really go into detail. So you could kind of spread it out that way, or be like, "Hey, let's talk about this bad thing." Or talk about this specific bad thing, and then a couple chapters later, be like, "Let's do another info dump on this other specific bad thing." So you don't have to do it like all at one time. But you're just like still kind of like grouping them or like batching them.
Oh yeah, I love when books do that with like different POVs, so you get like different sides of the same backstory.
For me, if it's like a info dump, like Megan said, if I'm drafting, I will just put it all there and don't worry about it. And then I'll come back to it later when I'm editing, and basically like, especially if it's something about like the backstory of the city they're traveling to or the character's backstory or whatever, that type of thing. I will often just like pick it apart and be like, what can I add in later? So that it's not all in one giant paragraph. What can I put in another scene? What do they need to know right away? And also, what can I take out of there and show the readers instead of telling them about it? Like the thing I'm working on right now, the character learns, like I had initially had her say her relationship with her mother is bad. They yell at each other a lot. And then my editor said, okay, can you show us that instead of telling us this about the character and doing this big info dump about like her history with her mother? So I had to go back and write a new scene where they are like butting heads, and then some of the past between them comes up while they're butting heads. So it's not just like, here's all the horrible things that her mother did, and now it's like they're screaming at each other, right? Like that's a difference.
Well, that too, like when you think that they still have a bad relationship.
Yeah.
And it's like when you think about it realistically, like you don't normally just like sit like in an empty room in a chair, just like think like, let me just think about like my entire terrible past with my mother.
I mean,
you know, like
every night as I get into bed.
I mean, yeah, every night at like midnight.
And think about my backstory.
Let me think about my backstory and everything I've ever done wrong.
All the embarrassing stuff I said in high school.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, and there was a lot.
That one time, the lady gave me my sandwich and said, "I hope hope your sandwich is good." And I said, "Thanks, you too," and then walked away. You know?
Every time I go to the movies, enjoy your movie. Thanks, you too.
Yep.
Not going to a movie.
I taunted them. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, everyone. Thank you for writing with us. And thanks to those of you who joined us for our kind of last minute Thursday write-in as well. It was a lot of fun, and we're hoping to be able to do even more of those. I know we had some people there who were mentioning that like they watch our write-ins after the fact because it's bad timing for North America time. And so, yeah, we're hoping to do some more weekday write-ins every now and then in the future. I know we've said that a lot, but we're actually like making moves to make it happen. I'm working on a video that I'm very excited for that's hopefully going to like make our write-ins even more productive and graphics and stuff. Wow. Photoshop.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
The Adobe Creative Suite.
I'm excited.
So yeah, hopefully we can continue to write all the words together and build up this community that way. And if you have watched Howl's Moving Castle and like it, or if you haven't watched it but are going to watch it this week, please join us next week for our last pre-hiatus chat that is going to be all about the movie Howl's Moving Castle. And yeah, is there anything I'm missing? Any final thoughts from anyone?
Vanessa wants more workshops. I'm down for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
our first one back from hiatus is a workshop on writing details and like writing strong detailed descriptions in your books, and I'm very excited for it.
I'm so ready, finally.
Yes.
Finally, I can put my
It's gonna have videos. It's gonna be great. So we will see you all next week for Howl's Moving Castle, and also, please like and subscribe because we do videos during weekdays too. All right. We will see you all later. Thanks for being here. Bye.
Bye.